been living under a rock. You know what our boy did this past weekend, what our boys did. Colorado, now ranked number 21, R22. One poll said 21, another one said 22, so I'm not really sure what the technical ranking is.
I think they do AP, so 22.
Okay, so ranked 22 in the country. After not being ranked, they come in, play the defending national championship. The defending national champions runner-up, TCU. And they win 45-42, which is insane. They have on the road. Yep. They have 68 new college players on scholarship. They have a new quarterback and an entirely new coaching staff. We'll get to the game in a second.
Right.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Yep. Yo, the way he is able to say what he says in with such conviction, because he has done what he does time and time again. I was listening to him talk over the weekend, either with Skip or with somebody else he went on. I can't remember which one. But he has said, Shedeur isn't a loser, bro. Yeah. He said in his entire life, he's may have lost 10 games.
That's ridiculous.
He has coached Shedeur since he was 10, 11. So if you're looking at that from that perspective, he has won in youth football, middle school football, high school football, JUCO, HBCU football, and now he's looking at the Pac-12 like
it's food now.
This is food. This is what I do.
Yeah.
This ain't no fluke. Y'all think it's a fluke.
It wasn't a surprise to him. It was not a surprise.
Nigga, I just talk like this. Yeah. I just look like this. I do this shit.
Yeah.
And for him and the team to come in there that prepared, that disciplined, that in shape, and that efficient, week 1, they met each other 6 months ago.
Right, if that,
yeah. Dog.
Man.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Special. I'm gonna let Ish go. Let's just get one more for Coach Prime. So, from your perspective.
So, of course, especially college football, the seasons are kind of different than the NFL, where it's kind of like, shout out Clemson, like you lose early. It's like, all right, next year, but for Colorado, I tweeted this before the game. I was like, man, they go 0-82. I don't care. I'm gonna watch every single game because, and I'm gonna be on, this show is officially we're a Colorado show for sure. Colorado UGA.
Shout out to him, dog.
Shout out to the college teams. Yeah, shout out to the Buffs. But I want to hit on something you said.
I gotta go to the mall and get some.
Yeah, no cap. I'm gonna get some regular Buffs.
Like some $11.
Yeah, not the Cartier Buffs, like the Walmart Buffs. But to be that prepared, that is what jumped off the screen to me. You start the game 3 and out, get the ball, march down the field, you've scored, and nobody touched your running back on the play. It looked like, oh wow, they're going to be really good already. Like from the first possession, you were like, okay, they have elite talent offensively. Offensive line looked beautiful. The only thing you had to worry about is really tackling and in the trenches, and they don't let you hit in the practice no more. So I'm sure as the season goes on, they're going to get a lot better. But this is episode 48. Do you believe the belief on that field playing for Deion Sanders? You could feel it through your screen. You could to see Travis Hunter, who's one of the first social media high school recruits, who's kind of
Twitch,
being a wit destroying, a real famous guy before he gets to the football. To see Deion Sanders' greatness translate through that. He wasn't even alive when Deion was playing. We didn't watch Deion. We had to go. For it to translate, literally, for it to translate that much, I don't know if there's anybody like Prime in sports like that, where some people really are the biggest in every room. And that includes stadiums.
Yes.
No matter what, Deion presence
changes shit.
Changed the entire, that pick, he gets in the, first of all, listen, everyone's talking about the pick, running down the touchdown. and then picking it in the red zone, like that's Heisman stuff. That is ridiculous. And then to have the wherewithal, you're prepared enough and in shape enough to go 100+ snaps is insane. But that is just, I'm so excited to watch them grow the next couple of years because Nick Saban's not gonna let you do that. And the first question I had, which everybody probably thought is like, man, he played 100 snaps, he's not exhausted. I said, man, I wonder what they do to keep him from tired. Deion don't practice him. He don't practice. And I was like, man, that's a perfect...
He practice like 2 days a week.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes sense. He's playing 100 snaps. I wouldn't practice him either. But that doesn't happen at Notre Dame. They're not going to let you do that in Georgia. Well, you just not going to practice. Oh, you're just not... Okay, no. But Deion saw the talent that was Travis Hunter. He's not going to make you fit this mold. He's not going to make you change your game. If you're a top 3 corner and top 3 wide receiver, fuck it, you play both. And that's what he did. I think it was 10 catches, 111
catches, 113 yards.
Played amazing start to finish. And what's scary is like college football is so interesting, especially with how the Pac-12 look. They beat Nebraska.
They beat Nebraska.
And they beat
USC and Oregon.
Yeah, that's the one.
And Utah.
Yeah, like, and it can be done.
It can be done.
It's no defense played in the Pac-12.
No.
USC defense ain't good.
It's awful.
Oregon,
yeah, shit's still
bad.
I didn't know if because we don't watch that shit, but I listen. Shout out Joe Clapp. I love Joe Clapp. I love Joe Clapp. I would love to have you on the show one day if you see this, but
you're not gonna talk to me like that. You don't call it crazy. I ain't gonna lie,
dude. I love their dynamic, but I was actually listening to them on the way here talking about Colorado, but he was saying that. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. What were you just talking about?
No defense in the Pac-12.
Yes, he was the one who was like, Caleb Williams is going to be amazing, and part of the reason why is because they don't have a defense at USC.
That's a fact. So they're throwing the ball.
He's throwing the ball all game, every game, and I don't expect them. And he was like, I don't expect them to be good or make any real noise in the playoffs because of that reason. So back to Prime, and I will start here, and then we'll get to and now we're going to get into football. But the last thing I wanted to say was kind of what I touched on was he just looked like that.
Yeah, and.
The NFL is one thing, but the NFL has a lot of us and a lot of personality in it, so you kind of see us more. But in college football, it is about the coaches.
Oh, yeah.
When you speak about college football, they speak on Nick Saban and his program.
Yep.
Kirby Smart and his program.
Yep.
So, looking at Prime, it's not a question, it's not a second person that even comes to mind. There's never been anybody in college football that looks like him.
No.
Which is part of the reason they didn't want to hire him in Florida State when Shedeur was coming out of high school.
Yep.
Because for those of you who don't know, Shedeur was recruited by every D1 school in the country.
Yep.
Shedeur chose to follow his dad to Jackson State. He did not have to do that. He could have went to any school he wanted to in the country.
Right.
That includes Alabama, by the way.
Yeah. That's lit.
He wanted that job at FSU bad because, that's his alma mater.
Facts.
He didn't get it, went to Jackson State. And he does what he does at Jackson State, which is completely does a 180 with that program. Year 1, year 2, and year 3. No, year 1 and year 2, my bad. They're a completely different team.
Right.
So now the excuse is, oh, that's at HBCU.
Yeah, look who he playing.
Look who he playing.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the only difference between HBCU football, Division II, and Division I football is the front lines.
Yeah,
the trenches of football.
Yeah.
And Deion said that at Jackson State the year he was about to leave was like, we can compete. Somebody asked him, like, as good as y'all are, do you think you can compete with the D1 boys? And he was like, my skill guys, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's the trenches. Like, they just don't got. It's just different.
They're just big.
They're just
NFL
big.
players.
They from Georgia.
Yeah.
They've been eating fried chicken and collard greens and cornbread and chopping wood their whole life.
Literally.
So they
got
different.
overalls on them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. Y'all know what I'm thinking though.
Come on, man. But,
shout out Jason Kelsey, that type of guy.
but I love Jason Kelsey. But The swag which he coaches the shades, got a chain on sticking out to let you know, like I have on the chain that I'm going to show you. The gold whistle, the socks,
the Coach Prime merch.
The Coach Prime merch.
Prime merch.
He's Coach Prime.
Yo, like, you know his name. You know how crazy that is?
It's not his name.
You know how crazy that is? Coach Prime? Is that not the hardest coach nickname already in sports?
So, but Joe Klatt said this, and I wanted it to piggyback into Shedeur and Travis and the rest of them. What they don't tell you about him, and it's because you don't see it on camera, is that he is more like Nick Saban than he is not like him.
All right.
He is more like Kirby Smart than he is not like them. When it comes to discipline, when it comes to preparation, when it comes to conditioning, when it comes to how hard you're going to practice, when it comes to the studies, when it comes to the film room, he is Nick Saban. He is these elite coaches. He is that. He is that in his own way. The little bits you get is the part that is different from them.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't believe he's doing this. But like we just said, I do this shit.
Yeah.
This is what I do. And I demand excellence, so I get excellence.
Yeah.
And so I say that to piggyback off of exactly what you said, I'm glad you went here. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Do you know nobody was going to let him play both sides of the ball?
Yeah.
Nobody in the country was going to let him do it.
Yeah, of course.
Deion came, picked him up and said, Joe, I got you.
Yep.
You going to practice your ass off and we going to work. But I see it in you.
Yeah.
And now when you listen to him talk about Travis, he told Skip, he was like, oh, he going to get off 2 days because I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is telling that young man, oh, I know what you're going to do, cuz.
Yeah.
Sit back. You good. Rest. That belief and that relatability that he is able to walk in families' living room and portray cannot be matched. Next year's recruiting cycle.
Okay.
If they win 9 games, next year's recruiting cycle is going to get scary.
I'm glad you said that, because that's where I wanted to hit next is, especially now, like you mentioned how different Deion looks, and you mentioned how college football is programs. That is why Colorado right now feels so different, and I hope they keep him there as long as possible, because I do like, I do like what he's doing there, but nobody else can sell the authenticity that Deion Sanders can put on the table. Like you talked about how he's Nick Saban and them in the film room, but as much as we love Nick Saban, like that's the best DB to ever play football. And you're talking to the number 1 DB in the country, like who would you listen to? Who would you listen to? The guy who got 2 picks on Jerry Rice or this coach? Who not gonna play in your first year? He not gonna play you how you want, and you gonna play in the system. No. If you come to Colorado, you come as your best self. You come as your best version. You want to play offense and defense, you will.
You want to twitch after the game?
You will. Listen, as long as you are locked in, and that is what makes Deion so interesting, because that's who he's always been. Going back to when he was a player, people would say he's a distraction. He's this, that, and the third. Deion was always the most prepared, always the most ready. He talked about that picture of him with his fit laid out in the locker room. He said, "What y'all don't see right there? It's a little video playing, cause I'm watching film." And greatness understands this is what it take. Deion, like when Deion comes and sits in these houses and talks to these kids and says, "I know what it takes." There's no other coach in college that has that cachet. And now a part of it is like, oh, now we're gonna be in one of the biggest brands in the country, in one of the weakest conferences, playing big games. The first 2 biggest college football games, 2 Colorado games. They won 1 game last year. They were 1-11 last year. That doesn't happen in college. He was a 20-point dog. Do you know how crazy that is to be a 20-point underdog and win?
And score 45 points.
You know, they was predicted to win 3 games this year. If you put a dub on them winning 4 games, you would make money. Do you know how crazy that is? Like, crazy, it is ridiculous how quickly Deion Sanders has been able to change the entire life in Colorado.
Fuck that. College football.
Oh, yeah.
There are eyes on college. You would not be paying attention to like week 1 of college football like this if it wasn't for him.
And I'll say, listen, we'll see how week 1 go. That might be the best football game this whole week. Shout out to TCU. I know Max Duggan not there. Y'all was trading haymakers. I'll keep it a buck with you. Y'all was playing great.
Football game.
Amazing football game. The clock didn't stop. I went to bed at a reasonable time. Like, it wasn't a 6. It was a great showing of, this is where college football is going. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because, sports moves. He says all the time, life's not fair. Sometimes the guy you're recruiting against is a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's like, yeah, Georgia just won 2 championships.
But I'm Deion Sanders.
But that's prime. You want to play 2 positions? I play 2 sports. And 2 positions. I can teach you how.
I did it at an elite level too. I was very good at both of them.
Hey, he was hit almost won World Series MVP if they win that World Series. Shout out to Braves.
What's up with dude?
Come on, man. It's ridiculous. And you mentioned Shador, how he's never lost anything. Neither is Deion Sanders. That excellence walks in the room where, I was on the 49ers. We won a championship, and I was like, I'm gonna go do it in Dallas too. I'm gonna go change teams and go do it again. You don't see that. You don't see corners that doing that. Deion is so one of one in every facet he's ever been in, and now it's just in coaching. And listen, love to see it, Deion. Listen, I'll give you a third one.
All right, let's talk about the game for 5 minutes. Yeah, because we ain't said nothing about football yet.
That's facts.
Shador.
Yeah,
let's start there. Mm-hmm. 38 of 47, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 90.6 QBR.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
it felt like the ball didn't hit the ground for 4 quarters.
Listen, bro. I was looking at the stats how many incompletions has he thrown? What is up with dude?
It looked like he was playing Madden. The ball didn't touch the ground for 10-15 minutes at one point.
Bro, what was up with bro?
4 receivers with 100.
4
players with 100 receiving, bro.
They didn't have 2 players with 100 receiving yards last.
That is ridiculous.
I wanted to ask you,
because
he has worked out with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And you understand more than most people understand.
Yeah.
Pocket presence and feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
Talk to the people.
Okay, perfect. So shout out to Tom Brady. He actually texted Shador after the game too, which is crazy. Which is crazy. He texted him after the game. All right.
Just in case Deion don't work, hey, my son can get in touch with Tom Brady.
Yeah. Tom Brady's going out his way to text your son. What? He said, don't be satisfied, which is nigga with 7 rings. That's crazy. But I'm glad you mentioned it because you see, especially with young athletic quarterbacks, because Shador for sure can get out of the pocket. He can definitely move around, but a lot of them have a quick trigger with it.
Yes.
And they don't realize, especially as you play better competition, you won't always be able to jump out that window. Like Baker, once you get to the NFL, they're fast too. Okay, I'm a good Johnny Manziel. I'm a good athlete. Okay, we're all good athletes.
Right.
We're all great athletes. Linebackers run 4.2 now. Michael Parsons is as fast as you are, if not faster. Mm-hmm. Okay, Michael Parsons, one of the fastest players in the league. That's probably a bad example. But pass rushers make it 30 M's a year for a reason. You're not jumping out that window. And Tom Brady was able to play 30 million years because being mobile comes in a lot of different forms. Where it's not always the best idea for your health, for the play, for just your career in general to scramble. Instead, maybe take a step to the left or just scoot up just a touch or scoot to the right. Ironically, the best player we've ever seen, the only kind of problem he's ever had in his game was Mahomes was dropping too far back. He corrected that, and he's been back smooth sailing. But being able to manipulate the pocket in itself is a way to extend plays you really don't see in younger players. That's why going to Colorado, if I was a college football coach, I'd be so annoyed because the deeper you look, they're showing the pregame, they got NFL coaches in there.
Yep.
They got NFL guys in there training these kids.
Yes.
You got Warren Sapp coming to practice.
Michael Irvin.
Bro, real. Shane McCoy said he going to coach the running backs. It's the brain trust in there. And you see it on the field. To be that young and already that mature in the pocket, because that's really what it is. He's calm enough to know, okay, I need to move, but I don't need to jump out this one. Like, I got weapons everywhere. Let me keep them going. And when you see it in young players, it's always amazing to see, because it's kind of really hard to teach. Like, people who have it instantly. Like, Burrow at LSU had it. You could see he was like, okay, I have my weapons. I may run, but I'm going to go jump here. I'm going to take a step here, try to give him time.
In the pocket.
Literally.
Out, spin out a little bit. But, yeah.
And Colin said this, too. We've been shouting out a bunch of shows, but shout out FS1. Just send the email through. But these 7-on-7 camps, I've been in quarterback camps for 7.5 years. I'm Deion Sanders' son, so I probably got 10,000 reps. You can see it in the young quarterbacks now.
Yes.
You can see it in the players.
Yes.
It's so many less raw prospects than it used to be. Mm-hmm. Because how lucrative it probably is being a college quarterback right now.
Right.
But just the natural talent that some of these players have. Because he threw for 500 and it didn't seem hard.
No.
He didn't look rushed. Go ahead.
The accuracy.
Oh, yeah.
The accuracy and the mind games he was playing. Because if you watch a lot of college football, or if you understand how their offenses work in college football, most college football offenses are one read, two reads, get out of there.
Yeah.
And the read isn't even complicated. It's like, when they line up like this, because they're telling you the play, they're looking at the defense. They know what defense the team is in. So they're telling you, hey, when they're in this defense, if this safety comes down here, then you're going here. And if he goes back, you're going here. And if not, you see a lot of quarterbacks start to panic. Mm-hmm. You see the elite ones, the Alabamas, the Georgias, have kind of more of a pro-style offense.
Right.
Colorado, very similar to pro-style. You saw Shadur throw, how many passes did I say? 47 passes. Mm-hmm. Every single one of those passes went to the right person.
Yep.
He did not make one bad pass. The worst pass he made was on third or fourth down, kind of towards the end zone in the third quarter, I think, where he threw a pass on the run into double coverage. It wasn't even double coverage. The corner was just faster than tight end and jumped the bridge. He timed it perfectly. He dropped the pick. That was the worst throw he made, and it was just I'm going to give my guy a chance throw.
Right.
Every throw he made, manipulating the pocket, sitting in the pocket, or when he did get out and roll out to his left or right, was the right throw. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them. He threw to so many open guys.
Yeah.
Like, just wide open or a couple yards of separation. Mm-hmm. Like, probably 24 of his completions were like that.
Right.
But the beauty in it was, when he needed to fit it in there,
it was there.
It was easy.
Yeah.
His deep ball,
the goal ball,
beautiful.
Man, listen.
His deep ball is beautiful. Mm-hmm. He is such an excellent prospect and such an excellent talent at that quarterback position. He is. I was listening to some shows today, and they said that NFL scouts are saying right now he's a top 10 pick. If he continues, if he plays like that, he has a top 10 pick this year.
Oh yeah,
and that kind of leads me to, before we get to Travis, just real quick, do you think he stays?
Yes,
he can leave.
I think he stays.
Do you think he stays?
I think he stays because Caleb goes this year.
I don't even think it's a question.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to see if you thought differently, but I don't think it's a question. My dad is here. I get paid. Yeah. I'm already rich, and Travis Hunter has to.
That was the last one. If this was just Ishmael Jones, and I'm the number one quarterback in the country, yeah, but he's Deion Sanders' son. So there's no financial incentive. Like, yeah, you can always make more money, but like, the difference between being the 8th pick this year and possibly being 1, because there's no Caleb Williams the next year, like, it's kind of an investment in yourself in the first place. Mm-hmm. But like, it's not like you starving. Like, it's not like you need this money.
No. And the last thing before we get to Travis, I listen to him speak a lot. And well, not a lot, but I have this past 2 weeks of like leading up to the game, and this week I've been listening to him speak a lot, and he's not satisfied, which makes the Brady takes make a lot of sense. He's not satisfied. He wants to be hungry. He said Brett, it's easy to look at what you did good. It's the stuff you got to get better. You did wrong. You got to fix to be the complete package. Literally. And when I heard him say that makes me think, I don't care if he throws for 5,000 yards and 45 touchdowns this year. Him and his pops and his offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, going to go back through the film and figure out what he can do wrong. So next year when he comes out, he's damn near year 2 mentally and physically in the league.
And that's the thing. We talk about this in basketball a lot, especially in football, especially quarterbacks. Coaching matters.
1,000,000%.
Go ask Kyler. Coaching matters.
Oh, man.
Go ask Kirk Cousins. These coaches are very important. So if I'm Shador, I'm getting coached by NFL coaches now. It's like, man, the Browns may be looking for a QB. The Cardinals may be drafting. Maybe I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Like, why would I
want to go play for Josh McDaniels, the head coach? Like,
exactly. Things like that where, again, this is why Colorado's such an interesting situation. Like, if he was at Auburn, they'd be like, all right, well, it's just an Auburn coach. It's not like I'm taking a giant leap. No, you'd be taking a step down in coaching, like a legitimate one, unless you went to a really, really good environment. But I definitely think he stays.
I don't think it's a question.
Especially with Travis, too.
And speaking of him, that
was special.
That boy is his ball skills,
bro,
are out of this world.
No, picking the flat and cover 2. Picking the flat and cover 2 in the red zone.
And the way he explained it was exactly how he was like, no, it was easy. He was like, it wasn't even that complicated. Like, that was just film. Bro. Like, I prepared for to do that. He was like, the dude went inside. I told him to take that, and I peeked out before I followed him. And the running back was coming to the flat, so I just baited him. Prime taught me that. He taught me exactly how to do that, and I just listened, and it worked. That's exactly what he was.
Crazy that is. Do you know how crazy that ain't?
It's like, okay.
The average college football watcher, me, but like the more average football watcher, like my mom, like I'm telling my mom, like he's playing both sides. She's like, wow, that's so cool. Do you know how prepared you gotta be? Cause it's not like he playing DN, bro. It's not like he's out there like, you know what? Let's go make plays. Or an offense where it's like, all right, come in, Charles Woodson, take some jet sweeps. No, he's running real offense and real defense. He got to know every DB call on the backside with his regular defense. And then he's not out there running streaks. He's running one X receiver. Like, he's on the line of scrimmage running real routes. To be that prepared, it's... That boy's gonna be he's gonna be really special.
Because do you know the work it took to get him here?
Do you know how crazy that
is? Do you know how much work he put in to be able to do what he did on Saturday?
Bro, it's people who can't do one of those things. It's people who can't do in college football. It's people who's gonna go to the NFL who can't do one of those. Not a great corner, not a great wide receiver, probably make it to the league. It's plenty of them who will not pan out, and they're not doing half what he's doing.
That is crazy, bro. He is special.
Day one.
But his ball skills, and he dropped 2 touchdowns.
Literally.
He dropped 2 touchdowns.
Day one, I was like, oh yeah, he's a Heisman favorite.
He dropped 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah. And the pick he caught, I still can't get over it. Like, that's such an elite play.
That's an elite play. That's an elite
man.
Play. Not many players can make that play. But the pick he dropped was so beautiful because like, you could tell he listens to Prime, and you can tell Prime understands his speed. Because not many people at corner have speed like that. So he understands that it's certain ways, like Prime, I can bait you into throwing this ball when you think it's open. And that's exactly what he did on that play. Like, he was just enough behind him to where he knew the second he let it go, I can get there. But he don't know that. And it's gonna be real interesting to see how many passes he's able to jump this year, even if he doesn't catch them. Just how many passes he's gonna be able to disrupt just because of how he is able to bait corners, and he has the best guy in the world. The dude that plays better than anybody.
Because it's ways I can play this that other DBs can't. Yeah, there's even DBs on my team. Like, there's ways I can sit on this route that's not gonna show up in film. And especially the way, like, it's really. Like, once you start watching film, you realize how quick plays really happen. Like, if you're just a casual football fan, I would recommend pull up the video of Tua practicing, like his helmet, and how quick these decisions have to be made. He can bait so many people into things because he's not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be standing right here. Anybody else is probably completion. Anybody else, this might be a blown coverage, but no. I can play this differently. And the trust already that, oh yeah, you can play it this way. You can do it. You don't got to prove to me that you can do it this way. You don't got to gamble. You don't got to try to put your talent on the field in a situation where I didn't put you in the best position. No. You can do that now. We know what you got. That's why you here. That's why you here. Like, man.
Dylan Edwards.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
That's the speed.
Yeah.
That's the speed.
They said he almost didn't go there, too.
That's the speed.
Damn. That's the second one up the right sideline? Yeah. I was like, oh, wow. Good. Oh, this is a good game. Shit, he's gonna score.
And then the third one on fourth down, I was like, oh, he scored that. Well, he got to beat him to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outrun angles.
Okay.
Yeah. That's something that puzzles
nice.
me. Yeah.
They had no idea who he was until Saturday at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I know who he is now.
That's how it happened.
Coach Prime.
Yep.
4 years old. Known him since he was 4 years old.
That's crazy. That's
amazing.
amazing.
Hey man, and I'm telling you now, before we get to the football, to the grown man football, they're winning the championship next year. Shador stay there next year.
Yeah.
They're winning the championship.
Man,
the only reason they're not winning it this year is because of the trenches.
Yeah.
They could go into, they could be USC and end up in the top 4 this year. They can't win the championship
because they can't stop.
They cannot be Alabama. They cannot be Georgia. Just won't happen. Next year.
Oh yeah.
He gonna get just enough.
Yeah.
He gonna get just enough in them trenches, and
bro, you mentioned
next year they might win.
Recruiting, bro. I'm so worried because we've never seen anything like this.
No,
we've never seen where in 1 week this became probably the most attractive school in college to go to. Nick Saban's first year didn't go this way. Kirby Smart's first year, it was already
it was Georgia,
right?
It don't count,
but. How do you recruit against it? How do you? With this, first of all, this many eyes on you, off jump. That would get you to most colleges. Mm-hmm. Okay, then it's a Hall of Fame coach. Surrounded by NFL coaches. With enough talent around you, they have 2 Heisman candidates. They have 2 players on the team that may be going to the Heisman ceremony.
3.
Maybe 3. Do you know how crazy that is? Travis Hunter keep playing 100 snaps a game. He'll be there. Sanders, Shador, for sure will be there.
It's not even a question.
It legit may be him, Caleb Williams, and Shador. Like it's crazy. It's so much opportunity there. Conference trash. Like how what is the pitch where it's like, man, you could come to Colorado or you come to FSU?
I'm gonna say, what is the pitch outside of Georgia, Alabama, and LSU, because those are the schools that are the SEC, just different.
Yeah.
Other than those schools, what's the pitch?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have people knocking on his door next year. Like, please,
Like another thing, like of those 3 schools, like Cam said, I know you saw this. Like Cam said, they don't need you. You go there, you don't play your first 2 years. You get in. Oh yeah, you caught a slant. Senior day, okay, like crazy shot, Cam. But like, you go to them Alabama, why y'all not playing them first couple years? Go ask
the trenches,
bro. Go ask Alvin Kamara what it's like in their RB room.
Go ask
Derrick Henry. Go ask these world class NFL Pro Bowl players who couldn't get on the field there.
Nick Chubb, Todd Gurley, Sony Michel was in the
same backfield, bro. Same
That's crazy.
Backfield, bro.
That's crazy.
Do I want to go there? Or I go to Colorado, where I mean, it's opportunities every week we playing in the Pac-12. Every week we putting up 40. My stats gonna be crazy. It's opportunities everywhere.
I know you can block, brother. We gonna throw the ball 40 times a game.
I'm telling you,
they gonna know you can block.
And you know what? And I know it. It's the linemen in high school watching at home. They know.
Oh, they need 2 stops.
But they got Warren Sapp coming to talk to the team, bro. They got Warren Sapp coming to talk to y'all, bro. Come on, man. Deion's building something special, man.
Come on, man. All right, shout out. That was fun. I've been excited to do that since Saturday.
I've been so ready.
To the man's game.